A large turnout today to search for the murdered couple from northern Kentucky. The search was canceled. Why that is and what the next step is coming up.
He gave it his all and made everybody proud.
Friends and family are getting ready to say goodbye to a Lexington firefighter. And what caused a fire that damaged a Lexington home?
When we pulled up, the whole house was in flames.
We'll get a closer look at the damage.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Hello again, heat. Thanks for staying up with WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. We'll see heat and humidity come back into the bluegrass in the next few days. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell is also tracking a chance of storms in the no-wait weather forecast.
Yeah, it's back to what we know is normal around here. And what we had last week, round after round of showers and thunderstorms, heat and humidity, that's going to be the normal trend again this week. Out there tonight, already running still pretty warm in the upper 60s, low 70s. We only end up in many cases into the mid 60s, upper 60s in a few areas. So again, a bit of a warmer night. And the muggy conditions are really going to increase along with the shower and thunderstorm chances here in the coming days. Get into Monday, you'll start to notice it just a little bit more. It'll be right in your face. But then it punches you in the face Tuesday into Wednesday when we get closer to that oppressive and beyond, into that true tropical feel. Right now in Lexington, we're at 71 degrees. Feels like temperature, of course, at 71. Winds on the calm side. Now, as we look through the rest of the day tomorrow, we get into the afternoon and into the evening hours, and there you see when we are really going to warm things up, probably into the mid-80s by 2, 87 by 5 o'clock. Now, some of us could run into a stray shower or two. The best chances, though, are in southern Kentucky. I'll show you a map highlighting the areas I think could see those showers and storms coming up here in just a few minutes.
They are not giving up hope. Friends and family of a missing northern Kentucky couple spent the weekend searching for their bodies. Crystal Warner and Robert Jones went missing last week. State police have charged Charles Pennington with their murder. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner talked to friends of the victims in our top story at 11.
There's so many rumors and things that are spinning around.
Family, friends, and complete strangers looking for answers after police say the case of a missing northern Kentucky couple is a murder case. A former officer stepped in and joined the search.
We sign everybody in so that everybody that leaves the field, we check them out, make sure everybody checks their name off so that we don't leave anybody behind. It's a premature starting point, but we're here and we've gathered.
Upwards of 50 people signed in, hopeful they'd find Robert Jones and Crystal Warner.
For our first day out here, just beginning a search, a coordinated effort, outpouring from the community is wonderful.
Not everyone that came out today for the search knew the family, but they said they wanted to be here to bring closure for family and friends.
I've only had the privilege of meeting Bobby a couple times. Real personable, really friendly, outgoing. More doing this for his sons. Just the grief they must feel and needing to start some kind of closure. Pondered that quite a bit.
But before the search began, Jones' ex-wife asked the group to stand down, saying it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack right now.
I'm just looking at the topo map and realizing with the small amount of information that's come forward so far, how much ground there is to cover.
KSP is actively investigating and trying to find an area of concentration to search. In the meantime, friends say they won't stop searching for answers.
Trying to find out where this Craig Pennington was originally from, and did he hunt, did he fish, is he familiar with the woods?
In Woodford County, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Family and friends say they'll search again when state police give them new information. Firefighters in Lexington are trying to figure out what started a fire at a home tonight. A viewer sent us this video of a house on Fontaine Road. Firefighters say when they got there around 8, the back deck was on fire. People near the house say smoke filled the air.
We know the people that live next door, so we want to stop by and make sure everyone was okay, if it was their house, if it wasn't. It wasn't. But when we pulled up, the whole house was in flames. All of it engulfed in flames. We wanted to make sure everyone was okay. Everyone was okay.
Firefighters say no one was hurt. They are still trying to determine if the fire was suspicious or accidental. And in Rockcastle County, firefighters are trying to figure out what sparked car fires this morning. Mount Vernon firefighters say flames damaged a car and an ATV parked outside a home. No one was injured. Fellow first responders are getting ready to say goodbye to a Lexington firefighter. Matt Logston passed away last week after a battle with cancer. His funeral will be tomorrow in Louisville. Today, dozens stopped by his visitation. WKYT Sabira Rayford talked to Logston's co-workers.
It's just been tough, and it's just like with this cancer bill passing, it's a problem within our profession that we've got to conquer it and tackle it and prevent it as much as we can.
Captain Chris Bartley is referring to Senate Bill 195. Firefighters in the community say it's a godsend. The bill provides death benefits for firefighters who obtain certain types of cancer.
But we also know the job we do, those are some of the dangers that we've got, so, we'll see what we can do.
Bartley knows firsthand about those dangers. In fact, he watched one man fight cancer on the front lines.
He was a heck of a fighter, and just fell short there, but he gave it his all, and made everybody proud.
Today, people paid their respects to firefighter Matt Logston at Highlands Funeral Home in Louisville. He passed away earlier in the week after battling cancer. His brother-in-law, Matt, tells us he was a fighter to the end and always humble. We got a glimpse of that in an interview we did with Logston back in February.
We could not make it up here without everybody behind us, praying for us, being there for us, doing everything. They basically just said, you go get better, we'll take care of everything here.
Logston served as a firefighter for 10 years. In Louisville, Sabira Rayford, WKYT.
Logston's funeral is tomorrow at 1 at Northeast Christian Church in Louisville. State police are searching for an inmate who escaped from a jail in Graves County. They say 28-year-old Capus Kane Adams jumped over a fence at the Graves County Restricted Custody Center Friday. He was serving a sentence for theft. Adams is 6 feet tall with a bald head and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a gray t-shirt and red and white striped jail pants. Adams is from Hopkins County. Dozens of horses involved in an animal cruelty case are slowly improving. Several weeks ago, rescuers found 43 horses, most of them thoroughbreds, without food on a Mercer County farm. Today, we checked up on them. A team of volunteers and veterinarians are working around the clock to help them. They say the horses have gained an average of 75 to 150 pounds. Investigators have charged Chuck Burrell with 43 counts of second-degree animal cruelty. His daughter, a famous trainer, Maria Burrell, is wanted on the same charges. She trained the horse that won the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year.
If this case is not pursued and we lose it for some reason and the pressure's not kept on the county attorney, she will have every right legally to take these horses back.
The horses' caregivers think it will likely take more than a year for the horses to make a full recovery. They think it'll be another 6 months for the case to go to trial. A Walmart damaged last week in a tornado in Lawrence County will reopen in another few days. Store managers at the Louisa location were hoping the grocery store section would open yesterday. They now say they hope to open Tuesday morning at 8. The Walmart pharmacy opened back up Friday. The tornado that hit the store blew through last Monday. The National Weather Service says the tornado was an EF2. And in southeastern Kentucky, people are still cleaning up from Friday's heavy rain and strong winds. Water surrounded Couch's Fork Church of God in Leslie County Friday. The church's pastor and congregation worried the rising water would get inside their building. They say the water stopped at the edge of the doorway.
The lady up the road here said that the water, she had never seen the fierceness of the water, how raging it was when it came out of that holler there.
People say this is the third time in the past 2 years the area has had major flooding. Crews in Jessamine County will break ground this month on a new youth facility. The Kentucky United Methodist Homes for Children and Youth will start work July 18th on a $15 million campus in Nicholasville. The program has been in Woodford County since the 1930s. The home is for abused, neglected, and abandoned children. The new center will house 20 teenagers, include a school and paddocks for equine therapy. A new game is becoming pretty popular in Lexington, but not with local business owners. Pokemon Go is an app for your smartphone. Users walk around real-world locations to find creatures and catch them on their phone screen. Many people are walking around Lexington playing the game. They have started to cause some problems with businesses. Managers at Palmer's in Lexington Green have had to put up no Pokemon Go users signs.
We had somebody try to walk in the kitchen. We've had people standing right in front of people eating. and in places that really are making it difficult for us to get through.
Some users say the app is so popular right now, they're having trouble logging on to its servers. Still to come on WKYT, a handful of bicyclists make a stop in Lexington. We'll explain why they're riding across the country. And the full agenda isn't stopping these lawmakers from taking time to help the hungry.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
It was a fairly nice weekend out there. Temperatures stayed at comfortable levels, around normal out there today, maybe just 1 degree shy of reaching that. Overall, not bad at all. Tonight, temperatures still running in the upper 60s, low 70s throughout most of central and into eastern Kentucky as well. Look out toward Owensboro, 78 degrees out there. Now that's just some warmth, still holding steady to our west. Here's what we've got on the big picture as well. Tonight, frontal boundary that we were talking about last night that was in our area has made it all the way to the south. It's across parts of Tennessee. It's not going to stay there very long. And what eventually will happen here over the next couple of days is it will come back in the form of a warm front. We call that checking back up. Well, that's exactly what it's going to be doing here. And once it rolls across the area, heat, humidity, and more showers and thunderstorms will be right back in town again. So our little break is a very short-lived one because we had all the rounds of showers and thunderstorms past several days leading up to the weekend at least. And then we're going to do it again. We might even do it tomorrow with a very small chance of rain possible along the Kentucky-Virginia, Kentucky-Tennessee state line. Might go a little bit higher, maybe getting in more into Pulaski County. That would be an area that could pick up on a stray shower or thunderstorm tomorrow. With that front starting to move back to the north, that's where you run into those chances when that happens. Here's our hour-by-hour run, and it'll show you the animation, how they start coming together here. Not in the morning, though. We start off in the mid and upper 60s. Then we get into the afternoon hours. We're right at 2 o'clock, and there you see that coverage of showers. Now, this is not exactly how it's going to look. What this is picking up on is the fact that we could run into some showers in that particular zone. While we get into the afternoon and evening, toward the peak heating of the day, you see the rest of us are running well into the upper 80s. But down across southern and eastern Kentucky, thicker clouds are around, and they have those showers around, and that means cooler temperatures, at least for a little while underneath any of those showers and thunderstorms that develop. And those chances will continue before they completely disappear for the nighttime period. And then we get into Tuesday. While the coverage looks impressive, what this is picking up on is more widespread scattered showers and thunderstorms. Beyond the scattered chance, which is what we'll have on Tuesday, with that warm front now lifted to the north, what we have to focus in on is the next best chance. And that's going to be a front driving in here, giving us widespread showers and thunderstorms. So it's scattered storms early on, and then when the front gets here for Thursday, it's widespread stuff. Might even be talking about more stronger severe thunderstorms. We've had plenty of those here recently, and we could certainly try to do it again. I think when that front tries to enter the area toward your Thursday. So the point is, enjoy tomorrow. It's going to be the last, for many of us, completely rain-free day. Then it becomes scattered into Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well, you said Tuesday won't be so bad.
It won't be nonstop. Scattered is a way to at least enjoy the pockets in between.
I'm optimistic we'll get one more nice day.
There you go. I like that.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay.
A handful of bicyclists took advantage of today's weather. About a dozen men and women are riding across the country. They stopped in Lexington today. They started their journey in Seattle and will end in Virginia Beach. The cyclists are riding to raise $100,000 for Alzheimer's research.
A lot of us have been personally affected by Alzheimer's, and others have seen the effects of Alzheimer's for the patients and the caregivers of the families. And so we just feel pretty responsible and pretty able to make a difference in people's lives that are affected by the disease.
They are spending the night in Lexington. There is an event for them tomorrow morning at North Lime Donuts on North Limestone from 7:30 to 10:30. Coming up next on WKYT, an outpouring of support for law enforcement. And police released new details about the man who ambushed officers watching over protests in Dallas. Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $15 million. And Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $311 million. Dallas police now believe the gunman who ambushed and killed 5 officers was planning an even larger attack. CBS's Danielle Nottingham is tracking the investigation, new at 11.
Dallas police are poring over Micah Johnson's journals. The Army Reserve veteran murdered 5 officers in a sniper-style attack as a peaceful protest ended last Thursday.
There was quite a bit of rambling in the journal that's hard to decipher.
Police found 2 letters scribbled in blood on the walls of the building where Johnson died after hours of negotiations broke down.
I'm very determined about hurting more officers.
Thousands attended a town hall in Dallas to honor the fallen and find solutions to the recent police-involved shootings that have impacted many black communities around the country.
They've given up on the system. They're taking matters into their own hands. Wrong. It's wrong.
Shauna Sterling was also there. Her nephew, Alton Sterling, was shot to death by Baton Rouge police last week. Videos of the shooting went viral.
When I saw the second tape, he suffered. He suffered.
President Obama will be here in Dallas on Tuesday to attend a memorial service for the fallen officers and to help the survivors heal. Funeral services for Sergeant Michael Smith will be held Tuesday. The 25-year department veteran leaves behind a wife of nearly 20 years and 2 teenage children. Meanwhile, eerie signs of a city once under siege still linger as FBI investigators process the crime scene and haul away police cars riddled with bullets. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Dallas.
Dallas police say Micah Johnson would only talk to a black negotiator. Officers in Louisiana arrested more than 130 people this weekend. The arrests come after protests about the deadly police-involved shooting last week. The National Bar Association is offering legal assistance to people arrested during weekend protests. The lawyers want to know why officers arrested the protesters on state charges, which require a state judge to set bond before release. And in Minnesota, dozens of protesters were out again in front of the St. Anthony Police Department. The protests are in response to the deadly shooting of Philandio Castile. Officer Geronimo Yanez shot the 32-year-old last week during a traffic stop. Castile's fiancée live-streamed the aftermath on Facebook. Lawmakers from across the South are in Lexington this week. They're in town for the Southern Legislative Conference. And instead of talking politics today, they served those in need. Attendees met at Heritage Hall and packed meals for God's Pantry Food Bank.
It's 15 southern states that have an agreement to meet each and every year in respective host states, whichever it may be.
Not a better way to kick off the actual conference than to give back to the community.
Their goal today was to pack 80,000 meals. The conference wraps up in a couple days. Next year, it'll be in Biloxi, Mississippi. Lee K's in next with sports, and one former Wildcat has a new NBA contract.
Andrew Harrison had to earn a contract in the league. I'll tell you the details on his new deal. And John Calipari may have been watching his future point guard play this afternoon. That's next in sports. Andrew Harrison's hard work has paid off, and now he's about to get paid. The former Kentucky point guard signed a new 3-year, $3 million deal with the Memphis Grizzlies today. Andrew was a second-round draft pick by Memphis in 2015. He spent all of last season playing for the Grizzlies' D-League team, the Iowa Energy, where he averaged 18 points per game. Yahoo Sports is reporting the first 2 years of the contract are guaranteed, with a partial guarantee on the third season. John Calipari took to Twitter upon hearing the news of Andrew's new contract, tweeting, "So happy for @DrewRock," that's Andrew. He's worked so hard to earn his new deal with the Grizzlies. He'll be in the league for a long time. NBA Summer League tonight, Kings taking on the Rockets. Second pro game for Skal Labissière. Here he gets the floater to drop in the lane. We've seen that a time or two. Skal played just 22 minutes, had 4 points and 5 rebounds. This is his only other bucket in the second quarter, spinning and scoring in the paint. Final seconds of the half. Willie Cauley-Stein drives in, and yeah, the bank is open on a Sunday. Uses the glass. Kings had a 3-point lead at the intermission. Second half, another former Wildcat, Kyle Wilcher, playing for the Rockets Summer League team, banks it in from the elbow. He had 11 points. More from Cauley-Stein. He's really been working on his offensive game. He finished with 11 points and 6 boards. Rockets get the win, however, 85-73. John Calipari spent the week in South Carolina watching some of the top prospects in the class of 2017. Cal and his staff on hand this afternoon at the Nike Peach Jam Championship game featuring Kentucky's 2 top point guard targets, Trey Young of Macon East and Quade Green of PSA Cardinal. Another top UK target there, Mohamed Bamba, also playing for PSA Cardinals. Early in the first half, Green drives, gives it up to Bamba for the big slam. Bamba there, PSA Cardinal had a 1-point lead. Then the two playing well together again. Green to Bamba in the post, the nifty spin and score. But near the end of the first half, Macon Elite begins to pull away. Trey Young, he's so talented, knocks down the 3. He had 12 points in the first half. More from Young in the second half. Little step back 3, that's good. Young had 28 points on 9 of 15 shooting from the field. Then on the other end, Green, he's going to drive in, gets the pull-up jumper to go, plus the foul. Green, pretty good day, finished with 9 points and 6 rebounds, but Young and Macon Elite win big, 93-65. Each year, the SEC Media Days serve as the unofficial kickoff to the college football season, and over the next 4 days, SEC coaches, players, and the media will be in the same place. They'll take their turns in front of the hot mics in Hoover, Alabama. Mark Stoops and the Wildcats will take their turn on Wednesday afternoon. Stoops, along with the running back JoJo Kemp, linebacker Courtney Love, and offensive lineman John Toth will represent Kentucky. Our own Dick Gabriel will be there, and he'll have reports each night from Hoover. On Saturday night, Brad Keselowski became the first 3-time winner at Kentucky Speedway, literally coasting to victory in the Quaker State 400. Keselowski had the lead with 2 laps to go when his car ran out of gas. His team had decided to gamble on the fuel tank, and it paid off. Keselowski able to coast the final 2 miles and hold off Carl Edwards for the win. He didn't even have enough fuel for a celebratory burnout, had to be pushed off the track after the win.
Somehow we made it, and I'm not even sure you can really say we made it because we ran out with about 2 to go, and it was, by running out, it stumbled really, really bad, and I was able to just somehow limp it around the last 2 laps and stay ahead of Carl and bring her home. So that was something. This is a night I'm not going to forget.
I think NASCAR cars should have fuel gauges. That's just me. First half finale for the Reds on the road at Miami. Top of the 4th, Reds down 1. Brandon Phillips drives one deep to left for the 2 men on. That's the go-ahead bases clearing double. The Reds take a 3-2 lead. Go to the 5th now. Marlins with a runner on 3rd. Giancarlo Stanton takes Cody Reed way back to left, and that is a go-ahead 2-run home run. 4-3 Marlins. Marlins go on to win 7-3. The Reds return to action Friday following the All-Star break. It is time for a break for those Cincinnati Reds. They got to collect and get something better going, pitching-wise at least, in the second half of the season.
I hate when you end with their highlights because they just haven't been doing well.
They still have an entire second half of the season to go, so keep your fingers crossed.
Way to be optimistic there. We'll be right back with a final look at weather. Tomorrow's not going to be bad.
Not terrible. Humidity, you'll start to notice it again. Today you probably didn't. Tomorrow you'll start feeling it a little bit more. And then we get into Tuesday and beyond. And not only are you going to feel the humidity, some of it will really hit you because it'll be in the form of a raindrop. Showers and thunderstorms come at us, guys, starting on Tuesday. Scattered chances initially, but then it gets a little more widespread.
It looks like everybody's got to find Pokemon before Tuesday before it starts raining on them.
That's right,
I saw a lot of people walking around trying to find this Pokemon character.
You don't want to have your phone out in the rain, right?
That's right. That's right. So find him tomorrow. It looks like a clear day.
No emojis tonight, Jim?
No, we're very, very grumpy in the emoji Pokemon department right now.
Too distracted by those Pokemon.
Those Pokemon.
Thanks for joining us right here. You can join our next crew starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a good night.